Yes, sir. What can I do for you?
I needed to file a no contact report.
A no contact report?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we had a little bit of an incident at our HOA meeting last night. We have a neighbor who serves on the board with my wife, who likes to kind of lose his temper and be verbally abusive with my wife, and I told him basically stop disrespecting my wife, and it kind of escalated. I believe you had some off-duty officers or whatever that were there providing security and everything. And nothing violent or anything. I just want to make sure we kind of have the situation on record so it doesn't escalate further. These particular individuals, because they serve on the board, are in a unique position to obviously cause my family hardships with fines and things like that. So I don't want to go any further than now. I just want to make sure we have the incident on the record.
So you said there was deputies there last night, Rockwell County deputies?
Yes.
Who was it? What deputy?
I think one of them's name was McDonald.
Donaldson?
Maybe Donaldson. I don't know what their names were.
Was the sheriff's office called out there? Or?
I don't know. They were hired by, I think, our HOA board to.
Because Donaldson was on duty last night, so he couldn't be hired for an off duty.
Okay. And I don't know. I know they were
What
there.
did the deputy do? Did he do anything at all?
Well, so he started trying to ask me to leave, and I, he was kind of, it seemed a little one-sided, to be honest with you. But I respect you guys and what you're doing, and I respect he made the decision he felt like he needed to make. And since the other board members were staying after to have a meeting, he was just like, I was just picking up my stuff to leave, to give them their space. So he was kind of just standing in between, make sure nothing happened.
So there wasn't any arrests made or tickets issued, anything like that?
No, and that's why I wanted to come here, because I just wanted to make sure that it was on the record. I just this guy is kind of a loose cannon. This is the second time we've had a board meeting where he's just kind of.
And he's a board member for your HOA?
He's one of my wife's the president of the HOA. He's another board member.
What's his name?
His name is Frank.
Merlino. Frank what?
Merlino.
Merlino?
Yes.
Okay.
And so we had about a week ago, we had a town hall meeting. My wife was, and I kind of was, I didn't really say much to him then, because I know there's a lot of people in the crowd agitating him and, give him a hard time. And so I understand one time if you lose your temper and kind of, and I was just like, look, I know he was mad, but then last night my wife didn't do anything to provoke him or anything. There was some other altercation going on. I don't know what it was going on there. I just know I was sitting here picking my gear up, putting it all together. I look over, and there's Frank again. He's probably about this far from my wife's face, leaning, yelling, and I was like, okay. I went over and I talked to him. I said, look, I started out trying to talk nice to him. I said, look, you're the leader here. Whatever they're doing, you've got to be above reproach. You can't let them, And then he started, well, you said some things. I said you disrespected my wife at the last meeting. And I said, but now we're on the subject. I said, don't do it again.
What HOA is it? What neighborhood?
High Point Lake Estates. And it's been a very fueled situation all across the board. My wife's actually on her way up here.
So you're positive there was a Rockwell County deputy that was there working it?
There was two.
Two deputies?
Yeah.
Okay.
And one of our neighbors knows the name of one of the gentlemen that were there, and so.
Feather too. Did we have a call out to Tate Farms last night for an HOA meeting? Okay, so there was two doing security. You should let me know who it was. Okay, and so no one was hurt or anything?
No one was hurt.
Deputies didn't make any arrests, issue any tickets?
No. And
asked you to leave?
I was respecting him. I mean, he got in my space a little bit at first, and I was just like, I told the deputy, I said, look, I haven't done anything wrong. He's like, you are not under arrest. I just want to make sure you kind of leave out here. I said, and I asked him, I said, I was angry and he was kind of in my space, so I asked him, if he could get out of my space, and he did.
Who,
And
the
I just
deputy?
picked yeah, the deputy, and I just picked my stuff up and I kind of left. And my uncle was a sheriff, and I've had law enforcement in my family, so I would never want to disrespect him, but,
Well, I think the 2 deputies were working night shift, so I'll wait till they wake up and I'll contact them.
All right. So, my main goal is obviously I want to make sure that, and I don't know if I go through what process I go through this. I wanted to make a report of what had happened, because I don't want this to escalate further into some neighborhood.
Yeah.
I want it to be, but at the same time.
I'm going to talk with the deputies. It's probably already been documented.
Okay.
So I'm going to talk with the deputies that were out there. Like I said, whenever they wake up, they're working night shift. If you could, can I get your ID real quick?
Yeah.
I'll just copy that down and then I'll let you go.
Okay. I mean, it's unfortunate that it kind of escalated like it did. I kept telling Frank, I said, just don't disrespect my wife. He's like, are you threatening me? I said, look, I'm not.
Father 2, check the 27.
I'm not threatening anybody. I said, I'm telling you, stop disrespecting her.
Let me contact them, and I'll do some call notes on this so it's documented. And if there's any more information or questions, I'll give you a call, okay?
So if I wanted to file some kind of restraining order, how would I do that here?
A restraining order? You do that.
I guess my property.
Yes, a restraining order would be with the civil courts.
Okay. All right.
All righty?
Yeah, I just want to make sure everything is kind of on notice, and these are my neighbors. I'm not trying to. I don't want to start a whole big
I got you.
controversy. But
Well, I get it. It's good to document it.
I mean, my thing is this. Just when you're talking to my wife, you don't have to
Be
disagree with
respectful.
her,
I'd be the
but
same way.
Stay out of her space.
Yeah, don't get
Keep your voice
I'd be the
down.
same way. Don't get
Yeah.
loud with my wife and don't get in her
Just-
face. I'd be
yeah,
the same way, man.
That's it.
No, I mean, if
And-
I haven't heard anything. So if we haven't heard anything, that means you're not in trouble.
Okay.
Your wife's not in trouble. So if you're worried about that, I wouldn't be worried about it. But I'll go ahead and just notate what went on last night.
Okay.
And then I'll contact those deputies, okay?
All right.
All right.
Thank
Have a
you,
good one, Ms.
sir.
Reeves.